How's it going, everybody? We are winding down First Cutting Hay. I was kind of debating what I wanted to do. That's basically all I've been doing lately, and I hate repeating myself, making the same video over and over, but all I've been doing lately is baling hay or hauling hay or wrapping hay. So it'd be the same thing over and over and over. As you see today, I am loading and hauling hay. We're at the lower part of this. There's an upper part over there. We kind of break this field into two. So we did this part, which widens out as you go down the hill there, and then we did around here to open it up. And then up the road we did the same thing. We did the upper field and then opened up the bigger part. So we have just this, which, like I said, goes over. It's a pretty good sized field. You'll see when he's tedding it. And then one up the road. And then that's it for first cutting hay. We already did first cut and haylage. We did second cut and haylage. And so we've already got a field of second cut and hay knocked down, because in a couple days we're taking some heifers down. The kids are taking some heifers down to the Brome County Fair. And so we're going to be baling up some fresh second cutting to take down. So, and I know neighbor wanted to buy a couple second cutting bales, so I wanted to get a small field baled up so we have that for the fair. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys at the fair. If you're local, stop down. Tractor pulls, antique tractor pulls, all that fun stuff. Like I said, we'll have some heifers down there. But so before we get too far into this video, I just wanted to say hi, give a shout out to young man Tyler Parker. You got a hold of me, say how you really love the channel and everything. You have a small YouTube channel of your own. You're starting up there. Parker Farms 1242. So I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you reaching out and saying hello and saying how much you like the channel and everything, but I really appreciate that. But now seeing him standing right here, sitting right here, whatever you want to say, if you saw my short, you saw I was loading bales. And this is not our skid steer, and this is a New Holland L225. We have a smaller skid steer, and the reason why we have a smaller skid steer is because we got some small places in the old barn to get into and clean out and everything. So we really like our small skid steer. That has a hard time picking up these bales. This one, if you saw my short, has no problem picking up 2 bales at a time and loading it onto the trailer. This is quite the beast. It's longer, it's got more counterweight, quite a heavy-duty skid steer. Ours, we planned on sending ours up, these arms here that unlock the attachment. I'd grease them, I'd spray them, oil them, whatever, and they still would just get hung up. And all the bushings and everything in the front ours is a 1994, it's 30 years old, so it's really starting to get worn out. So we planned on sending it up to Clinton this winter and having the linkage tightened up, having the front adapter plate either rebuilt or put a new one on. And I went to, it was a couple of videos ago, I was going to use them to unload, and blew a hydraulic line inside. So you got to tip the cab over, which I have never done on that machine. I've worked on skid steers before where I've had to tip the cab. So, but just the fact that it's a 30-year-old machine that's never had the cab tipped, like, you know what? Why don't we give Clinton a call, send it up. We're going to have some work done to it in the winter. I guess we'll just have some, instead of winter work, well, I guess we'll have it done to it in the summertime. They sent this down to keep us going while they're working on ours. And it's been a nice machine. Yeah, like I said, bigger. Able to get the heifers cleaned out and everything, which is the big thing. Gotta keep them clean. So handles the bales good. I use it out here in the field. Actually, this will go faster down the road than our wheel loader. Our wheel loader is great for around the farm. It does a good job in the field too, but it doesn't have a, I know, I'll buckle up. It doesn't have a road gear. If it hits a hill, boy, the wheel loader it almost comes to a complete stop. It just creeps up there. Once it's in the hill, it'll lift anything, it'll load, it'll do whatever. It's very handy. And that's why we kind of wanted to get something to do the field loading and then leave the wheel loader back at the farm. This had no problem. I mean, these hay grounds I'm on are all hills, especially getting to them, the road getting to them, it's like straight uphill almost. So this had no problem going up the hill. Like, it didn't bog down at all. It just went. And my dad was following me home from the field the other day, and he said, yeah, you were going 15 miles an hour. So that's a lot faster than our wheel loader. So it's worked out nice having the wheel loader back, you know, back in the hay yard, or whatever you want to call it, that area where we're wrapping bales. It's worked out good. As far as this goes, it would be nice to have a second bigger skid steer to go along with the wheel, but I mean, it's just not realistic. We're not for us anyway. We already have the wheel loader. I don't like using the skid steer in the field because you run the risk of tearing up the ground when you turn. I have to take nice wide turns and really be careful. I've tore up a couple little spots here and there, but for the most part, it's worked out all right. But yeah, so when you see me loading hay with this, that's why we have this. birds have done a number on that round baler. They've sat up on the rafters and just made a mess all over it. So I gotta get some tractors washed up for the fair. This one the 520. They gotta get washed up for the fair, so I think I'll take this baler and wash
45.
it. 45. Yeah, we'll see.
4-wheel drive.
Yeah. So I think I'll wash this baler up as well. So.
And the Kubota.
And yeah, you gotta wash the Kubota. It's a little muddy. So heading up to the field now. down here. I think I got 54 up there. It's a little over 20 acres. Yeah, I don't know. It did good. I'm happy with it. Nice hay too. Anyway, time to get down and start the next field. Then I gotta feed cows and go back and finish that field. And that's it for first cutting. We gotta field the second cutting down. I think I've said that in the video already. But if I did, we gotta field the second cutting down. Then we'll small square bale up tomorrow. So fun. Throw these flashers on and head down the road. So this is a pretty good sized field, but it's all hill. It slopes everywhere. This is the field I did late season November, bale, second cut balance. But you see it slopes down there, it slopes that way. There's a big slope down there, big hill down that way. So it's going to be a little bit of screwing around in this field of specifically where I put the bales and all that. So I don't need a bale taken off on me and going through someone's yard or anything like that, because there is some surrounding, there's a lot of trees and everything in the hedgerow, but there's some open spots that lead to someone else's property, and I just don't need I don't want that. So rows get really short down here. Don't have too much more to go. Well, the field looks good, nice and cleared. Yeah, got a bunch of bales made. I got a partial bale in there right now, probably about 2/3 of a bale. There's a little bit of hay over here. I'm just going to add to it, and I'll just take it back, and I'm going to dump it out right by the heifer shed, and I'll I'll feed it up to the heifers tonight. So yeah, that's good to get done. Gotta get to work on hauling all these back, but at least first cutting is done, baled, all set. I didn't show, like I said, didn't show much mowing this year, but at least this video showed the tedding and some raking. So second cut, my dad will be baling, so I'm sure I'll be jumping into the rake a little bit, so I'll have to show you guys the new rake. But anyway, let's get this down to the barn. Alright, we done playing with the babies?
Yep.
Cows are out for the night?
Yep.
Alright, long day. Playing with kittens here. Bootsy Bootsy! They're all playing right now. Heifers are all fed, cows are all fed milk, and they are outside for the night. So anyway, long couple days, but first cutting hay is done. So anyway, now it's time to haul all those bales back. But actually, now it's time to go put this video together so I can post it for you guys. But anyway, thumbs up if you like this video. Drop me a question or comment below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have, thumbs up to you. I totally appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Have a good one, everybody.